Well, hello everybody. Let's pretend that the first pre-stream didn't happen, right? Funny, because I'm streaming from the exact same location and like last Friday, and we didn't have a single issue whatsoever last Friday, so hopefully it was just a phone confusion thing. I restarted it, so hopefully it will go as smooth as last Friday. And I'm losing my second screen. Okay, it's back again. Stop doing that stuff. Maybe this hub is just left over. Okay, don't touch anything. It's working now. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Yeah, it looks like the mod list might not be super up to date anymore. We disabled music playlist extender. I updated that at least. Behemoth enemies is not in the list. I'll go over that, but let's just quickly show off the mod list here then. We got alert settings in addition to that, which basically lets me hide alerts, so that we don't get constant stuff that walls are being damaged from the biter zoos. And behemoth enemies is in the list here at the bottom. Indeed, that adds the behemoth demolishers, stompers and strafers on Gleba as well. Thanks Shadow of Nix for the Prime subscription for the 3rd month already. Okay, the internet connection is looking a lot more stable than the first time, which basically was very stable too at 0 megabits per second. I like the 6 megabits per second more though. Right, so we are gonna say goodbye to this base today. It is gonna be the end of the line for this base, which has been churning out rare items for I don't know how long. We can check that, I suppose, if we check processing units. I think this is when we switched it on, so that's like 130 to 140 hours ago we churned on this base, probably. And now it's time for this base to go. It has been producing about between 400 to 900 signs per minute of yellow signs, depending on some factors, but mostly in the lower region. So we had a buffer chest so we could save up signs and start researching yellow text at 1800 SPM that way. Not anymore though. The last 2 streams were spent designing a new base, which gets rid of all the quality stuff and replaces it with productivity stuff. Because with the current configuration there's no way we can run 1800 yellow signs per minute off of 8 belts of iron and copper. This would be impossible in Factorio 1.1 to run 2k SPM off of 8 belts of ore. That's absolutely laughable. But now we can, thanks to the foundries mostly and quality modules. But mostly the foundries. We designed a new base, and I did go to the trouble to make blueprints off of that. So that was done the last two streams. Our aim is to make the base look like this without, of course, without interrupting signs. That is going to be the main thing. So you can see it's pretty cleared up like this. This entire area is now empty. We're gonna get a giant bus down the middle like this with all the science packs, the spoilage belt, that should be Gleben science, and all the science pack ingredient for the Norwegian sciences which are being made on site. It's gonna look like this basically. So most elements are still the same. This is now the new blue chips with the productivity modules, etc, etc. We try to make it look nice. Low density structures. We're making pi low density structures per second, so we had to make a circle. And then one for rocket parts. We do have quality in there, that's the only quality part remaining. We do have a non-quality backup for rocket parts. But since we didn't make quality low density structures during those 130 hours, which was a mistake, because now I have chests and chests of blue chips, but I imported these from Fulgora. If not, then I would have had none of those. So we're going to have to catch up a little bit, because those things are used on spaceships by the hundreds. But yeah, for the rest, our task is to basically reset up yellow signs, blue chips, low density structures, and robot frames down here. This is 1800 SPM robot frames, believe it or not. 1800 SPM sulfuric acid. And here we got the new red chips and engines. Just you can see a funny comparison here. This is the new engines, 16 assemblers with a little bit of feeding. This is the old engines over here. That is 234 assemblers. I don't know if they were all needed, but the difference in footprint is astonishing. So I made a bunch of blueprints of that base, not a one big one, because we gotta keep the base alive while doing all the reconstruction. So it's gonna be some smaller ones. And that's gonna be our goal for today. Switch over the base to the new 1800 signs per minute for blue and yellow signs without interrupting signs. So good luck, me. Almost missed a biter attack because it was chat stream notification. I like how it you get conditioned to the sound and then you no longer react to it. Alright, so what is the status in the base anyway? We are researching Gleben technology at the moment. We would like to keep doing that. So the trick is going to be basically we want to research rocket turret, which is only red, green, military and blue signs together with space and Gleben signs. So no purple, no yellow, no other planets. But during the most critical part of the makeover, we're going to research fish breeding. Not because we need it, of course. We need fish breeding. Who doesn't need fish breeding? We gotta make more fish for our starter lake. It's definitely not populated enough in there yet. So we need fish breeding. That's the narrative then. I think that's a net negative process though. You need more. You need to turn more fish into nutrients than you get back out of it. Anyway, it's not important. What is important is it uses space signs and Gleben signs only, which both are not made on Norvis, so I theoretically can rip apart the entire base during the time. As long as I keep these two belts connected, science progress should keep on going at the full speed for as long as it takes to research fish breeding, which is gonna be 1 hour and 24 minutes apparently. So that's not too much time to rip apart an entire base without interrupting any important things. Like this stuff can go. That's blue chips and rocket part stuff, but this stuff still needs to stay. At least while we are researching rocket turret and carbon fiber, because this is for blue signs. So it's going to be a little bit of a precision project, and hopefully we can keep everything going. I've got a few tricks up my sleeve which I can make that happen, so we're gonna hope that all goes well. Yeah, a very useful technology for... I bet the devs foresaw this playthrough and my OCDness to keep the science graph going at the maximum all the time without interrupting it. That's a cool sight actually. This is our old base. Basically we started at 1k SPM, upgraded to 2k SPM, and now we're gonna upgrade to... well, now we have upgraded to 6k SPM basically. And we want to get this graph flat as well, so the 1 hour thing says 5904. Apparently I already messed something up. Oh yeah, of course I deconstructed a bunch of stuff, so probably stuff is not flowing anymore. Right. Our goal is our goals are clear. We just gotta start doing it. Even a broken clock is right twice. Is right 2 times a day. That depends on if you have an American clock or a digital European clock. I guess it's a digital clock and it's broken. It's right 0 times per day because it doesn't show a time. Okay, what? Come on, man. I'm wasting enough time as this. The reality is I'm nervous to rip this base apart, and I'm gonna mess it up. I don't want to mess it up, but we just gotta get started. Alright. So, what is the step program? The step program is first we're gonna make some redundant power connections because my power grid is very fragile at the moment. And we're gonna be deconstructing a bunch of stuff, so it's very easy to accidentally deconstruct some stuff. Next thing I want to do is upgrade these belts to turbo belts for space science. 11 science is already a turbo belt, as well as for military science, which is also flowing in from the bottom. And what that does is, if I accidentally deconstruct the belt, I can Control Z it back into space, and the science will catch up because we're only consuming 1800 science per minute. You can see it's catching up here. So if I upgrade the belts, we will not have the gap in science if I make the belt faster than it needs to be. Because if I do that, let's say with space science over here, if I just temporarily make a gap in that, this transports 1800 SPM. So now we will have a momentary lapse in science, which is not what I want. So that is why I want to upgrade the belts. That's step 2. I don't think I have enough green belts actually on the planet anymore. I've got 32, alright. I think I got some on the ship. Yeah, we still have a bunch on the ship, so we probably want to send a couple down. Step 2 is research rocket turret. For as long as possible. That means we gotta keep blue signs alive during that time. So the first thing we're gonna deconstruct is the yellow signs and rocket part combination. So bot frames, blue chips, low densities, while keeping red chips and engines and stuff going. And then once that is cleared up, we are going to switch over to fish breeding, no matter how far rocket turret is along. And then we can deconstruct the blue science part of the base. Hopefully we will be able to also get up the everything that needs to be built in that time frame before fish breeding runs out. If not, we do have some backup plan. We can research the all important like belt immunity equipment and stuff. We're not really making changes to red and green science. The belts will be reconnected a little bit different, but we can reconnect that and at least research something. But hopefully that will not be necessary. Alright, so for the 5th and last time, let's get to it. Every time I say something, I won't say anything bad about fish anymore then. Alright. So first up, redundant power connections. I think I'm going to just balance my inventory a little. And I'm going to get rid of all the beacons and the modules as well. So I have a little bit of space. I did notice I have a chest laying around here. I lost my power poles some time ago. They are in here, the big ones. I'm just gonna grab that one. Grab these. I should switch this off, I suppose. Just grab some extra ones. Go grab that old inventory. Or at least I should grab the power lines. I'm not sure it will fit. It will fit, apparently. Alright. That gives me a double set, basically. So... see, the biolabs will be... I'm gonna use my rare power lines here. Because those are... pretty noticeable. Alright, so the middle part is basically gonna get deconstructed, so we probably wanna... this is connected through here. So I think we'll do this for now. Okay, that already has a connection. Probably want to connect this unloading area, which does the science unloading. Gotta go a bit out of the way with that. Okay, carbon fiber is researched. We're on the way to rocket turret. We're gonna have the blue sign set up over here. Let me get the blueprint book on the bar. Now the blue chip set up, that's gonna be over there. So we can just go this way, I suppose, for now. I think I also want to go down. Or at least add a connection. We're gonna have LDSs up there. So let's say over here. And then we can connect down here. Alright. Maybe we should connect to that rocket silo area there as well. Alright, not bad. We're gonna be building in this area a lot. Most notably here is gonna be red chips and whatnot. Okay, that seems okay. That one is probably gonna disappear, so let's add a couple too many more over there. Okay, we got a connection up there. Maybe this is gonna get deconstructed all. That is all individual. I think that's looking fairly well in the area where we need to do the work. Doesn't seem like we can accidentally disconnect the base anymore. It would not hurt to get a connection in here. So why not do it with these ones as well? Alright. Step 1 done, that's the power. Step 2 is upgrading some belts. I forgot I should be sending down some green belts at least. I guess if I... think I just need to be fast here. Alright, there we go. So, step 1 complete. Step 1, a power redundancy complete. Step 2, upgrade science belts. Yeah, planning phase is done. The design phase, I suppose. Alright, so I guess I'm going all the way back. Let's start at the front end. Aquilo without mech armor. Yeah. I'm not sure how that's gonna go. I have only done Aquilo once, and that indeed was with mech armor. Why is this blue? This should be green as well. Or at least it's gonna be green now. All of this is green already. Okay, let's start with a space science belt. We'll let the bots upgrade it so that I don't mess it up. Blue should be fine. Gotta make sure the belt weaving connections stay intact. Oh, we got military science alongside, so we should probably upgrade both at the same time. I think I'm gonna be running out of turbo belts again if I do this. I still got plenty. So far so good. I can green here. I should be okay from this point on, I think. I know I might I gotta do the full thing. I already have. Yeah, I'm out of turbo belts. So we'll further back we can keep it blue, I suppose. Alright, something like that. And then space signs, we're not gonna, this is all already, the inner stuff is alright. We're not gonna touch that anymore. So I guess we'll just upgrade it from over here. Okay, I guess from this point, alright. So space science, military science is upgraded. We'll upgrade the Gleben science belt as well. Alright, now this is entirely turbo. So science belt's upgraded. I want to test it to see if I missed something. Cannot fully color match with the science packs. The last time I could do that was in the Warptorio playthrough. The end game Warptorio base was really cool in that way. I guess I cannot fully test it. It is catching up again, so that is good. I guess we gotta look back if we see any gaps on the belt. Okay, the belts stay compressed. Okay, yeah, it's indeed backing up all the way to the back here. So I think we're okay. An upgrade planner. I thought it would not be worth it to make an upgrade planner for this one-time use. Alright, so safety measures kind of in place as far as that goes. I think it's time to clear out the inventory. So we're gonna switch this on again. Getting a nice amount of stuff. So I grabbed the fast transport belts, the quality ones somewhere. Do we still need those? We might still need those. Actually, probably not. We're probably not gonna need those anymore. Let's recycle them so that we get some quality regular belts, I suppose. Okay, so those should come back again. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Very important. I gotta start, man. We gotta start. No. Let's first organize my inventory a little. Switch off logistics again. I'm gonna throw my inventory in here. We're gonna carry some stuff around. Like, I need to be able to do some belt weaving in emergency, so let's grab those. For the rest, we'll just grab some belts. Blue belts as well. power lines. And some pipes and pumps. I need to be able to like restore connections if I mess up something. So that is just what I want to have on me. I guess some active provider chests could come in handy as well. So I'm just going to favorite all of these slots. And that will make it easy to keep that in my inventory, I suppose. So the big rip version 2.0 is about to start then. Start ripping yellow sea and rocket parts. Yeah, the quality belts were actually useful for having them not break from the Johnnies when we flew up in our personal silo. The Johnnies would shoot at the belts and destroy them sometimes. Okay, we should check the power network every time. We can safely take this away. This is all the yellow signs I have left. That is like 2 science packs equivalent. So here we go. Lights off, and away we go. I have thought about adding construction bots to the Roboport network, but 2 factors why I'm not going to do that is, first of all, the Roboport network is going to disappear when we deconstruct the base anyway, and it doesn't have full coverage. The second reason is Johnnies don't like construction bots, so you know, if they shoot a bot carrying like some Mark III productivity modules, I'm not gonna be happy. So we're gonna do it manually. And it's gonna take a while. Alright. So no longer do we need a buffer chest system. This can be a regular turn again. We also don't need this sulfuric acid pipe anymore. Went up to uranium mining, but that mine is long dry. We do want to keep the oil going at all times though. It's also, I don't think we're gonna do more blue chip deconstruction. We're now doing upcycling with speed modules, since the red chip to green chip ratio is a bit more friendly. And in fact, let's just do this. And then we can take away this sulfuric acid pipe as well. Alright. And then we only have the oil pipe coming through. I guess we just start from the back and work our way to the front. Low density structures went in here. And blue chips and bot frames over here. Holy moly. Hello? Hello? 54,000 EM signs. Yeah, that is running in the background. Over here. So the trawler just delivered our 54k signs. It has all the stuff on board from Volgora at this point to drop off in Gleba. So this is a good moment to check Gleba. How are we on rocket parts? We are low. 800 remaining from 3000. But the ship is on the way now, so that's good. Yeah, we're gonna research fish breeding as soon as we are going to rip up yellow signs. Blue signs, I mean, because some of this is for blue signs, but other parts are for rocket parts and yellow signs. So we're gonna rip those up first while researching rocket turret. And we're gonna only switch to fish breeding once we actually start ripping apart blue signs as well. We're gonna start with low density structures. That's gonna be the easiest. There comes the bot storm back again after... Hello compression, I suppose. After putting all the 54,000 science packs in these chests over here. Right, the oil pipe is going through here. I think we can take this in one go. It's a nice scene. For editing, Mike. Gotta think about that guy sometimes. I think we can safely do this without actually interrupting anything. You have to prioritize important research like fish breeding over quality of life stuff like fast and service. Yep. You gotta set your priorities right in these kinds of playthroughs or you're destined to fail. Well, that was easy. So blue chips next, I think. Gonna connect red chips over here to this point as well. Does this reach? Yeah, okay, that does. I'm very paranoid about that. Alright, so I am going to interrupt space platforms. They are still running. If we take away blue signs. Blue chips. I think we'll just have to accept that. Yeah, I still have over 10k space platforms in stock. So it's not alive in that situation, I suppose. I guess those are always full, those foundries, so maybe I can pick those empty myself. Alright, so those are marked for deconstruction. And if I take that stuff out myself, I'm gonna have a full inventory in no time. And my construction bots don't need to do that. Yes, these are... Do I just throw everything in the logistics network? I think I do. Let the bots pick it up. Not the signs though. All of this stuff though. Bots can pick it up. Alright, this is a nice practice session for me to try to be efficient with it. Where am I gonna put yellow signs though? We won't need them anymore actually. I guess I'll just put some chests down here for whatever I don't want to give to the logistic network, like these science packs. Alright, so now I should probably be able to grab these one at a time. Oh yeah, that was quite satisfying. So we just gotta be careful to not interrupt the oil pipe and signs. There goes the roboport as well. And the network will probably stay connected through the southern branch here. Here we get the science belt, so we gotta be a bit more careful. Alright, my inventory is not filling up as fast as I thought it would be. So I guess this is going to disconnect space platforms. So this copper wire should stay a while, because that's blue signs. Let me just temporarily reconnect these things. So here, okay, so that's connected now. We can take away this side. I guess the plastics belt incoming as well. Right, that was a tiny power disconnect, but we should be able to take this out fully. Including sulfuric acid. Fast and Cerdas, no, it's too much of a deviation to get those. I mean, 30,000 science packs, that's a lot of science packs. Okay, here we're going to be a little bit more precise. Okay, oil has stopped. That is not great. Okay, we were on time. Production has kept on going. But I accidentally took out a segment there. Not enough though for everything to back up. So the oil graph is the second thing which I want to keep on looking nice, I suppose. So you can see the entire history of the oil fields we connected. Goes back 1,000 hours already. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we mining productivity, the new oil fields, and now we're at this level for basically forever. Infinite oil production 65,000 a minute. Consumption 64,000 a minute, so that is pretty spot on for now. That's gonna change now as well though. Alright, so these belts can go. I guess also... Let's do it one step at a time. The purple and orange signs belts can go as well though. We are not gonna need those before the base is rebuilt at least. Right, inventory full. No problemo. Just plop down some provider chests, hopefully a bit close to our chests over here. And just drop everything in. bots back in the network, and we're ready to go again. This is working better than I thought it would. With my stubbornness to not have normal hoverports, normal construction bots in the network here. Alright, this one is for red chips, that needs to keep going. Oil pipe is empty, so that's good. Somehow this is disconnected. Oh, I see. It was just not reaching. Alright, space platform production will continue ever so slightly. Okay, that is the second part done. Blue chips is gone. I guess it's time for robot frames. Where are all these pipes things going anyway? This is sulfuric acid for batteries, that can go. This is no longer connected to anything. Alright, and all of the resources for red chips are coming, they are being made down here and then just go all the way around the base somehow. So we should not need any molten iron or copper for keeping red chips production going, which means we can deconstruct all of the pipes without fearing. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna start from the end here. Oh, yeah, right. We've got a couple bots over here. Or like a couple chests of bot frames over here. Let's do something fun. Okay, I can override 2 of these chests with regular ones. If you messed it up, you're gonna get an explosion. Okay, all chests are providers now, so the bots can come pick those up. I guess we start from the end as well. Systematically is the name of the game. We are not under time pressure just yet, so we have the luxury to do it methodically. Maybe it was not such a great idea to call over all the logistics bots, because I cannot see anything anymore. Yeah, it was a mistake. Okay, let's just start from the other side then. You know what, let's... this is another benefit of not researching fast inserter. All inserters I possibly can have in my base are now covered by these 2 things on my deconstruction planner, you know. So if you feel the need to deconstruct inserters, it is very easy to make the deconstruction planner. We're just gonna stop these from putting stuff on the belt, I suppose. That we can do. I guess this is a horrible viewing experience with the Roboport mouse. I cannot do anything about it. If I have the deconstruction planner in hand, you're gonna get those lines. It's fairly annoying. Alright, we grabbed all the inserters, which means nothing is being thrown on the ground or such. think this entire leg can just go, including the roboports. No, not including the roboports. The roboports still need to stay connected. Okay, these chests are empty though. That was fast. I think though I can... this roboport connects that one, so I think we can safely deconstruct this area as well. So let's save another one. Check the science. Is the science still good? Science is still good. Yeah, there's nothing through here which I need to keep. I think. You see even less. I think the building part is gonna be nicer. The rebuilding part, that's gonna be more... less of a blur of bits and colors on the screen. I guess we were powering these roboports through here. And my inventory is full. Again. Oh, I got some electric engine chests over here. Let's just let the bots grab those by themselves. Not for my personal stashes. Okay, I'm out of pipes. I should do it with the shift click and drag method, so I don't auto throw away all the stuff I want to have. Even if I switch off my roboport, that is just gonna stay there. Okay, we got another bot pickup. And at least reduce the numbers of lines somewhat. I think the batteries, we should be able to take that in one go. Zip. Alright. And this is the area we should not touch for red chips. Sign's still good, the bells are still full. So all of that is going according to plan. Pipe works. Copper cable belt should stay, this can go. We'll keep the power connection there. Okay, the lubricant belt can go as well. All of this can go. Yeah, purple and orange signs can be deconstructed as well. But we'll do it one thing at a time. Right, so far so good. This connection does not need to stay. The last remains are here. Here we should be careful, because we got all the sign specs going across. Oh wait, we do have a purpose for that. We're gonna have to reconnect that later, I suppose. But this is also going to the blue belt manufacturer. Let's just delete it. Yeah, we were making lubricant to make blue belts here. Suppose those can survive for a little without active input. Since we're here now. Okay, it's working pretty well. Alright, that is the entirety of yellow signs deconstructed, I think. And rocket parts, so that is the rocket turret part of deconstruction done-ish. I think we can do a few more things before switching to fish breeding. Like getting rid of the purple and orange signs bells. Those are also gonna go straight from the landing pad once we are done with the rebuild. Okay, let's check here. Yeah, I do want to get rid of those. I think these are technically not in the way, but they are part of the redesign. So let's get them out of the way. Probably should have never even connected those. I'm not sure we even used them in that time frame. Alright. So we gotta be careful again. Purple signs. Alright, and military signs we can get rid of as soon as we switch to the fishy stuff. Just want to get rid of as much stuff as I can before we switch, because the moment we switch we're gonna be on a timer. This all has been redirected to the south, so that can go. I think we might be almost there. Get rid of those chests. Those have been annoying me for the longest time already. I guess purple and orange signs we can just deposit back in the site in the landing pad, since we are requesting those down anyway. Alright, should I try to mess with this? I don't think I should touch that before I go to fish breeding. I think it's time. We're gonna be deconstructing red chips over here. The engines can stay for now, I suppose. We don't need to deconstruct that, as our new base is all the way over here. I do need to deconstruct this because this is in the way of our giant bus thing. So it cannot stay. Alright. It didn't go too bad. It didn't go too bad. Alright. Good enough. Now comes the hard part. It does look like science has been okay. Even slightly above because of the tech switch. I guess we're doing 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds per science spec now. So it kinda helps a little. But over, yeah, 5904 is what we're looking at. 5904. That is the long-term science number. 10 hours have not been completed yet. Alright, I think it's time to do the fish breeding tech switch. That will stop all production on Norvis. Almost completely. And then we have 1 hour and 24 minutes to do the thing. The tech especially introduced for me, I'm sure of it. Could you start some of the rebuilding? I don't think so, because I wouldn't know what this is in the way. It's not that in the way, but it's gonna be like bells are touching that could lead to that could lead to things like this, which would be bad. Yeah, that's gonna catch up. I think we just gotta do it. There's one question, which, what do you think about this? I'm only requesting 22,000 here, and I'm taking spoiled first instead of fresh first. I thought that would be a good idea, but I've come to realize this will just make the science pack sit as long in the silo as and on the spaceship. They don't seem to be that spoiled though, so perhaps I am doing it right. But I'm bringing in more science packs than I need, naturally. So technically that should mean the science packs should slowly go down to the actual spoil percentage at which they are needed, right? I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this. I should be okay with 69% spoil rate, but these are still 76. How are the ones in the labs anyway? The question is, should I switch to fresh first? Here we're at 75. Here we're at 71. I think I should keep it at spoiled first, to be honest. And then we have the back pressure. If we are... Yeah, if I'm taking fresh first, science is just gonna spoil in the silo, and if there is one irregularity, I'm gonna end up with signs of like 10% freshness on the belt, and that is gonna mess me up. So I think we're gonna keep spoiled first. It has been working. We haven't switched to fish breeding yet, so I'm in the clear still. I think I answered my own question. I should keep spoiled first. Alright, it is time. I'm gonna save again. Fish breeding. And as a security, we're gonna put the belt immunity equipment behind there. Let's say 15-second tag. That is maybe not the best one. Oh well. Alright. A smart guy would first cut off the supplies. So let's do that. That'll give us less stuff to deconstruct, potentially, I suppose. This is now gonna switch off anyway because blue science is dead. Alright, so it doesn't really matter. Guess we can follow this trail a bit. Well, at least these bells are fairly empty. Okay, we're just gonna have to be patient a little bit. 1 hour and 22 minutes remaining before my patience runs out. Oh, we can fit a lot of that stuff in the inventory at least. Oh yeah, I got that weird bug in the mouse where I zoom in when I click middle mouse button. Probably not worth it trying to empty the belts out myself. I think the bots are faster at it at this stage of the game, if I don't send them out too far. And I'm patient enough. This is a perfect moment. Call the bots. We're gonna deconstruct more of those. Down it goes, 3% already. I have barely deconstructed some belts. Okay, don't cut the green science belt. That one together with space science must keep going for this to succeed. I think the Roboport network is also obsolete now. Indeed, we don't see actual bots flying around anymore. There's some chests here, which are gonna blink in my face. pick apart this Roboport network. Oh, we're gonna cut the... We need our bots to be in this network though. I got a bunch of them on me right now. So let's cut the networks. That makes this a separate one. And we've got 325 bots in there. That's not a lot. 767. Let's pick up a couple more. Yeah, that's better. Oh, forgot about the Johnnies. Oh, we gotta be careful with those guys, man. Especially when we start to build. Those are logistics bots, they don't care about those. The weird things you learn in this playthrough. I should be able to cut this power line here. Heavy oil. I definitely could have done a couple more things before starting fish breeding. An hour and 18 minutes. I'm feeding the panic already. Oh, that's 2,000 bots in there. That's probably more than plenty. Check what's going on. It's funny, you just see these two science packs go down. Alright. I'm not sure how far we should be deconstructing all of this. Probably should keep this connected if I want my backup strategy to work. We can also cut the military science belt. We can only do this because of the fish breeding. Of the fish breeding tech, which doesn't require the early game techs, only technology in the game, next to health. But health requires yellow science, and the whole point of doing this right now is health. Alright. It looks like we need to run a little bit further now to put everything back in the network. But it's fine. Right, not the science packs. We're gonna get more of those. Now we're here, let's take the... We're gonna take this as well. It is gonna be routed different. So it will need to go. Hey, Spock. I think that's gonna fill the inventory quite fast with the 50 inserter stack size. We are now here at the chest, so let's throw away some stuff at least. I'm not sure how far I should take this back, but I think this should suffice. Man, those the fission reactors are doing the work. Right, military science pack belt is gone. Now we just take out, yeah, we are ready to take out this part, I suppose. Oh yeah, we were going backwards from here, I already forgot. Okay, I think that is going to deactivate the space platform factory. This can stay for now. We won't need to be on the left side of the plastics belt, so let's not waste time at this critical stage to go deconstruct stuff over there. I'm learning. Alright, this is another input belt of plastics. Time for another visit to the chests over here, the active provider chests. Alright, we got military science done. This purple science should go back in the landing pad. 1 hour 12, we already wasted 12 minutes. Alright, I think that's a decent save point for editing, Mike. Question: if I deconstruct this, this will stay connected to power, this will stay connected to power, so we can in fact deconstruct it all. Yeah, the belts aren't super empty. I guess that's what it is. Let's grab all the inserters first. There's a lot of inserters. Okay. My eyes saw spoilage on the belt. I'm just too scared, man. There is no pipes of anything running through here. We got oil there, signs here. So we should be able to just rip this apart bit by bit. One green chipper. Second one. Still have plenty of space. To keep the bot parts short, it's actually not too bad to just do it all from my lowly armor with Mark 1 Roboports. So far so good. Yeah, very important. I'm getting sidetracked again, am I not? OCD. Let's first clear the belts here. Could manually throw that up here for sort of a temporary copper cable thing. This is the prime time for making those platforms, apparently. Wait. There goes my foundry. Alright, we're gonna need some repair packs. Why do I have... I still have the nuke in there. Dang it. That was for the bot rockets, right? I guess I gotta grow up. I gotta grow up and... Like this way I could still have... Yeah, okay, this way I can still have a weapon selected where I cannot accidentally shoot my base. Alright, so that's gonna make sure we're gonna keep producing space platforms. Alright, now we're getting ready for the scenic deconstruct, I suppose. Why the time crunch? I want to keep science going. %, and we're still deconstructing. That's not a great sign, I suppose. But hey, at least this part is out of the way. Now just the copper cable stuff over here. I am going to deconstruct that copper pipe, I suppose. Because it needs to be out of the way. So we're going to be switching to... Once this pipe empties out, to these chests over here. And since our inventory is full, let's pay those a visit. So I need to grab my repair packs or the game is gonna be flashing that message in my face for the next little bit. Oh yeah, I forgot. Still need to clear out the rest of my inventory. Right. Back to the job site. Okay, this is also still connected through there. The iron and copper pipes can go. There's nothing up there anymore. This iron goes to the old pipes and over here, so we don't need that anymore either. It's not necessarily something which I need to deconstruct right now. What is this pipe doing? Ah, this was copper to here, alright. I guess these go away now as well. I'm gonna get some repair packs. Alright, let's bring the pipes down as well. Sulfuric acid, where is that still going? That's going to the old chips over there, so we don't really need to pick that apart right now. So this bottom part I want to get rid of. Alright, that's gone. I think we are a decent part of the way done. 26%, an hour remaining. An hour to paste everything. Make it fit somehow and build it and connect it. That is gonna be tight. And I don't want to say impossible, but that's what I mean. There's just no way. I don't think. Okay, where's my inventory? There should be some repair packs in here. 8, that is not a lot. And in fact, I think we're done with this. Let's grab back my inventory and rebalance. Okay. before we forget, get that one repaired. That's of later worry now. Alright, the great clearing is done. Let's try to get the Johnny's attentions. Apparently some stuff has gotten shot. Alright, I gotta grab a more healthy stack of repair packs, I think. Ah, here's my big power lines actually. Alright, let's save. Time is ticking. I don't know what I'm doing. Deconstruct complete. So I guess now I'm going to be switching off my Roboport and I'm just going to try to paste everything before actually building it. All the elements. I'm going to try to make it all fit without shift clicking, so that is going to be annoying. I know this part was kind of a mess. So let's start over here. Which means let's get rid of this. We can cut that already. Okay, tree over there. I think we're just deleting this entire area here. So from this corner or something. Alright, not bad. There's that. I think I can now place it without pressing shift, so let's switch off the robot now. Yes, we did it, alright. That's the first part. That's the blue science part with the chips, the engines, and the sulfur actually. I realized I did not put power lines everywhere just yet in my blueprints, so that's maybe will be the deciding factor if we can get this fixed or not. Blue chips, those should fit quite easily. Except for the fact that the calcite belt is going through here. So I guess we want to get rid of that. We should not really be using calcite much at the moment. Let's just take it all. Now we just try to stay out of range of the blueprint. All the bots take all the calcite. We can just manually fill this machine. I think they take like 1 calcite per 50 ore to melt, so I don't think I need to set up a separate buffer chest to get that done. Oh yeah, that's gonna last a while. The old pipes can go as well. Oh, the steel belt here. That's gonna be a plastic belt, and I forgot to... Right, we know we can place this part now. So let's delete it. Looks like we still have a little bit of cleaning up to do. Here stuff is gonna change. think this water pipe was gonna change as well. Steel was remodeled. That's basically just gonna stop space platform production. So I guess it's inevitable. This stays the same, I'm sure. Okay, this is slightly annoying. Alright. The rest is for later. I think we gotta downgrade the belts again. Or at least the military signs. Alright. Attempt number 2. That one fits. Blue chips now should fit. Alright, that is without shift clicking, so that's good. Then we got low density structures, those should fit up here. At the moment we see some red stuff over here, so we need to look what's in the way. This power pole, which seems like deconstructible. Got some stuff over here. Oh yeah, I think I decorated myself into a corner right there. This again has got to be a red belt. We can now do it by hand. Alright. Alright, that's also without shift clicking, that's low density structures. Those are the main bits. The next one is rocket fuel, but that is for in the corner up left, so we'll skip that for now. I did make a mistake with this thing. I designed it and then I flipped it. Which means basically what we gotta do, we have 8 outsiders here, and if we flip it, we need to move this belt over one, like so. So we side load slightly different. So we still get 4 inserters putting on each side of the belt, so that is what the flip fixer does. Right, that is done as well. And we got some random other parts, so we gotta fix those in as well, just see how it goes. Okay, so here we got this belt, should be a regular belt to make this fit. There's something here still. Okay, let's pick up those. Okay, here we're just gonna mark this for deconstruction. It will get deconstructed once we come back to do the stuff. Alright, I think I can now place this. Alright, this is placed as well. What's next? This part over here, apparently Should do some stuff with the piping. Okay, that fits as well. Puzzling it together. And we got this weird bit over here. Okay, I deconstructed that over there, so that's good. This tree. These dead trees over here. Okay, that part fits. Okay, I missed a tiny piece. Pipes are connected. Let's make those don't make changes. This is a blueprinted build and I'm making changes mid trying to place all the blueprints. This section is for the outputs over here. Right. Okay, I should have labeled my blueprints. It seems to be over here. Alright, let's go over there. I think we're gonna make it. At least if we don't need to hand feed too many machines into existence, that is. Yeah, this is supposed to be here, so we need to basically rip this out. Right. And then we got something else still. Where is this supposed to go? This is the entire thing. Okay, I remember then. That's the new oil pipe location. Do we need to worry about that right now? I think we do. We still need to connect all these bells as well, so we have to fix this a bit. As a matter of fact, now that we're on site, this is a dangerous moment. We want these bells to start going straight. Don't have enough turbo bells. Okay, I do. It should be fairly easy, since we got back pressure on these bells. Science is still going good. Alright. Reconnect science bells. Alright, so basically we gotta make sure to reconnect it before it runs out. Better earlier than later, so let's do this. No gaps in there. Ooh. I think that is still fine, but that was not great. Can I stop zooming? No. I guess it's perfect for a slow zoom kind of sequence. Once it starts, it doesn't want to stop. So it goes automatically. Okay, now just checking the science graph if we stay good. We should stay good. The Glevin science belt is faster than it needs to be. Maybe I should upgrade all the science belts to like 1 tier higher than they need to be. Okay, something went not great. I guess I started constructing stuff down there. Okay, stop trying to repair things. I guess that's on me. Yeah, I should not be slacking off right now. I think I'll throw the repair packs in the trash. Alright, and now that the... Now we can downgrade this to red again. We should no longer be interacting with it from this point on. Oh, that's a mistake. I think we can save it by... doing some of this. Of course that happens. But if we throw these in the labs directly, that should more than make up for the lost space signs. Alright. I'm gonna trust that that's good. Oil pipeline shenanigans. I think we're gonna start with the inputs over here. Go all the way back. This should be like this. I think that was already alright. As it was. Then we get the master section. The master bus. One belt deleted after flip fixing. Alright. There's a belt missing in flip. Okay, I gotta check that out. Thanks. Alright, we're out of red belts. Let's go to the flip fixer. How the heck did that happen? I should pay a bit more attention, shouldn't I? I think I'm just gonna let this sign is just gonna spoil. I'll just throw it in there. It is now of too low quality to put back in there. Alright. Let's grab some belts. Are we building this already? I think we're building this section already. Alright, and now we can just walk down. Okay, we probably are getting close to the bots wanting to construct stuff again down there. Well, that's probably too far actually. Then we have this corner around here. All stuff is looking okay here. Here we just have some trees which need to be deconstructed. And some power line shenanigans. Roboport is off. Okay, this is gonna disappear. It can. It just shuts off the lights for the Johnnies temporarily. Alright. That can be placed. It's going to be fairly annoying though to build that. I'm oversending. Basically, if I just steal some of this agricultural science, the rest will just sit less long in the silo, and we should be all right. That's a lot of bells, man. How many bells is that? 3,000 or something. Okay, gonna grab another set. I gotta be careful to not let the bots fly out too far south. Which means they're gonna fly for a while. I hope the Johnnies cannot reach this tile. Okay, some of the sciences are going up already, which is fine. Alright, now we're getting close. Alright, that's too close. We are shooting, starting to shoot stuff. So Megaboss coming together. 38 minutes remaining. I think we need to get started on the build, man. The oil pipe, I think it's supposed to go here. The oil pipe has to be put in place first. Okay. I'm gonna put a pump here. So we got one over there as well. This is going to be the new line. We got some stuff over here in the way. Power line. Something like that, I suppose. And then unfortunately the oil has to connect. What is this? Electric energy interface. We don't have any of those. This should exactly fit. That's an alteration we'll have to make. Okay, there's no grand moment of switching everything on, I think. These are not gonna exist anyway. Let's rotate these. We still need to connect this oil. 36 minutes. Oh man, I was gonna make it. Alright. So now we should be able to delete the old pipe. Okay, all of that is now connected, so this can go. This can go. Put the pump here, since that's already powered. Alright, now we can connect all of this. And the science packs can flow up a little bit further. Okay, that's connected. Okay, we kept the oil going, I think, all this time. So that's good. We are no longer consuming oil. I think we are ready to start building. Guess that should still be connected. Have all the blueprints been placed? Those, yes, 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 yes. No, but we don't need to. These were all done. Let's check here. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. I guess we can do that while we build. Let's rebalance the inventory. Okay. And we need to take some extra stuff, which we are gonna be needing. We're gonna take all of those. Some rare foundries, some more normal foundries. We need a lot of EM plants. Probably not all, but a lot. These. Some extra of those. I don't know if I'm using these, but let's take some. We are definitely using a ton of those. And also some of those. Probably a few of those. Power lines, a ton. We have those. Alright. I'm going to delete all my modules and beacons. I don't have any beacons, that's good. And the stuff to build. And the rest is just going to be bells, I think. And probably it's almost all red bells. Something like that. That's going to be the first build. Do I want my repair packs? No, we're going to repair in the end. Alright, looks like we find a second purpose for sweep building. It's time to build it all. 31 minutes remaining. 32. Start rebuild with 32 min remaining. That means we spent already 54 or so minutes getting up to this point. So we'll see how that goes. I need to make some ventilation and stuff. I'll be back in a minute. In the meantime, let's just enjoy the Johnny's wreaking havoc. I will reload. Yikes. I hope that was not the internet. I cannot decide if we are fine or not. Let me know in chat if everything is still online.